Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome back to another video. So in the last video we had a quick demo on what is IO-Link, and we walked through the very basics of the IO-Link Master and the photoelectric sensor. Now I want to get into a bit deeper now, delving a bit deeper into the IO-Link Master itself. So essentially you can buy these IO-Link Masters from every single brand, as I mentioned before. Siemens have one, Balluff, Beckhoff, Banner, whoever. I have an IO-Link, I have an IFM Master. IFM IO-Link Master. So every single brand essentially has and comes with its own configuration software. There are some generic ones like Pactware, for example, where you can use a variety of different vendors. I would just say if you have an IO-Link Master from a specific manufacturer, just use their software. They're all pretty much the same except for Siemens ones, which I'll just show you. Siemens one here. Siemens one is inside to your portal. That's how you configure it. The one I'm going to be showing you, which is IFM's one called Moneo. If I click it, it is much nicer. So here I'm opening it up on my screen. All these configuration softwares are very simple and easy to use, again, except for Siemens. Siemens being Siemens, I guess they probably just want to try and help us controls engineers keep our salaries high by making sure that nobody else can figure out how the bloody software works. But this, I'll show you IFM's. This is IFM software here now, and it's extremely simple. So quick one here, we have, for example, Banner's one. This is how Banner's software looks. Again, extremely basic. And the software to configure these devices are very powerful. So this is Balluff's one, very nice. I mean, very simple. I went to Smart Manufacturing Week in Birmingham, and I went with Balluff and just looked at their stand, and they walked me through their software. Incredible software. Here's Weidmüller's one. Looks great. Siemens, like I showed you already. And so yeah, let's delve into IFM's one. So it's called Moneo, Moneo, Moneo. So when you open it, you get met with this interface, which shows you that okay, we're currently connected with Moneo on my Windows machine, and I'm connected. I can click network view, and then that's it. I just have my Windows PC. So what I'll do now is I'll come and click this plus button. So again, no project. This is essentially a whole fresh new project. I'll click the plus button, and I'm going to say I want to add an IO-Link Master. So I'm going to do IFM device, and then I'm going to type in my IP address 192.168.168.7.4. There are ways to find out your IP address. Again, I can go a bit deeper into that. But this is my IP address. I just hit OK now, and then it says boarding, and it's boom, connected, and it's pulled through all my devices. I mean, like, just think if you're working on a Siemens PLC, how long it takes to bloody set up your IO. It's insanity compared to, it's just like 1998 tech versus 2026 tech. So I now have all my devices here. If I click network view, you can see here I now have the IO-Link Master, the AL1350. If I click this drop down button, beautiful, it gives me a photoelectric sensor, a temperature sensor, and another photoelectric sensor, and I can click on this. I can click here. Can I click here? Yeah, okay. So we'll go into this. So this is the network view. If I click, I can go configure device, for example, and then so that app that I showed you in the last video, that was a custom app that I made for configuring and just like using this photoelectric sensor. I don't have to do any of that. You don't have to create any custom app. This is no code. I now have access to fully read and write every single parameter of this photoelectric sensor. So I can change it from normally open to normally closed. I can set my set point just like you saw me do last time. So I just type 500 and hit save parameter, save, and that's just done. This is crazy. So for example, yesterday not yesterday, but in the last video I showed you temperature. So I'll be able to come down here. Let's see if I can find it. Look at that, minimum detection range 5 mil. Literally I have the whole data sheet here. It's just incredible. So operating hours 61 hours out of a potential, I don't even know what that is, 42 million operation hours. I doubt that's correct, but we'll see. Device is okay. Let's see if I can see temperature. Yeah, I had it yesterday. I'm scrolling and I can't see it, but okay, that's fine. So if I now come here to this button, this is just again IFM Moneo's, but every single IO-Link thing essentially works the same. I can clone the device, I can view the IODD, compare the device. So if I click open dashboard, it then gives me a HMI version of the sensor. And so I showed you literally yet in the last video, that was a HMI that I created in JavaScript. This time now, no code. You pop open the dashboard. I can make this full screen if I want to, and then now I should be able to. So that signal is currently on. Now it's off because I've just moved the sensor. Let's put it there, and we get an on, and then an off. So let's go back. Let's go home. Let's go to our temperature sensor. If I click here, configure device. It's going to put in some information. Look at that. I've got a picture of my device. So I have this temperature transmitter plus a PT100. And I can configure analog limits. Interesting. Output configuration. Device is okay. Alright. So if I click dashboard. And then I've got my temperature. Let me grab the probe. So now I'm holding the probe. And you can see there. I've just got a full dashboard, no code, of just everything attached to this. And so, like in my previous job, I had a quite a big. I'm trying to make sure I don't spill too many details here, but there was quite a big titanium forging factory in Sheffield. Probably shouldn't have said that. But anyways, they wanted to purchase a bunch of IO-Link stuff. And we was looking at maybe doing 100 sensors, and so you could have all 100 sensors, one IO-Link master, a bunch of different IO-Link slave devices, and have them all show up here in the network topology like this. And literally, with no code, no setup, you're talking about just plugging them all in. You could have a maintenance person or whatever come over here, click configure device, wait for it to load. I think it takes a bit while, and then open dashboard, and then that's it. Immediately they can see. It's just beautiful. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So this specific one here that I've got is a Carlo Gavazzi photoelectric sensor, and so it has a dust alarm, it has a temperature alarm, a short circuit alarm. It's just crazy. And so as I move the sensor around, you can see the value changing there. It's just absolutely incredible, and the speed at which you can work and do things. And I can see why, if you're a nerdy little programmer like me who likes writing code and doing this, it's currently 2:53 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday. Only weirdos do these sorts of things, right? If you are like that, I can see why you might feel threatened by this, because you're just like, oh no, an electrician monkey could do this. Yes, they can, and so could you. You can save time. So, anyways, I think we'll leave this video here. You can see the power of it. It's incredible. And if I unwire a sensor now and put it into a different port, maybe I should do that just to show you that there is no actual there's no behind the scenes setup or anything, right? So I will just take off. I'm going to take off the bottom sensor, the one that's on port 3. And if I just plug that into port 4. Alright, and then so you shouldn't see anything until I hit refresh. Am I in? 1 sec, I'm not in. I picked the most difficult one with going. Am I in? I think I'm in. Alright, hit refresh over here. Oh, what did I do wrong? Oh, there you go, yeah, port 4. There you go. Simple as that. And yeah, cool. Alright, we'll leave it there. You can see the power of this. We'll delve a bit deeper. I didn't actually show you the dashboard of the actual sensor itself, so let's just come over here, click configure device, and this is the IO-Link Masters page. Tons of stuff you can do here. It's again very powerful. You can pretty much set a port to just say you know what, I don't even want to use IO-Link, but I want to use your port to bring in a digital input or to bring out a digital output. And so you can change any port on here to digital input or digital output or IO-Link. So even if you have a sensor that is not even IO-Link, or a like stack or whatever, you can just yeah, incredible. So if I come over here, click dashboard, and you can see, for example, the temperature of my IO-Link Master here. Just so powerful. So powerful. Cool. All right, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.